Hello everybody and welcome back to Saxlingham. So we are finally going to get this bell wrapping contract finished. I can't remember, was it two episodes ago we decided to accept this contract, and now we're only just getting to it now. Luckily it's not too far away and it shouldn't take too long for us to do. So we'll get this field wrapped and finished. We'll then go to the yard, we'll get our drill out and we'll get that filled with fertiliser and seed before we move on into the next month. We do have our worker in field 40, I think it is, mulching. So doing this is a perfect thing to give him as much time as possible to finish his contract before we move on. So I was just saying, we have that's all filled up ready for the morning. We're on canola, which is what we're going to be drilling in field 41. Just collected on the contract, that was £13,500. And yeah, I'll see you in the morning. And good morning. So we are just now going in convoy to field 41. It's a shame the worker hasn't got on as much as what I'd have liked him to do, so we may just have to wait just to give us plenty of ground to go on. Obviously we're going at 12 metre working width, whereas he's going at a lot less than what we are. But this, we should fair tram on through the field going like this. The only other thing to maybe do is, if he's still not done on mulching that, is to look at doing a contract. I know there's another bale wrapping one, but we seem to do them all the time. So we just go into here. How far has he got? So yeah, one or two passes. He is doing, if I just show you on the map. So he's almost done this part, and I think he did three headlands. So that would give us, at least we would be able to do one headland round, I would imagine. But right, let's just set up a GPS course and we'll do the best of what we can. So we're 12 metres, we'll be doing 2 headlands. So that's okay on that. And we might as well start down on this bottom, just to try keep out the way. Probably should have got our worker to do up downs instead of doing racetrack, but I thought racetrack means he'll be turning around a lot less. So let's just get this here and I'll just sort out our other worker. Right, so as best to my knowledge, he should now be going and following us. We'll just have to make sure before we go any further. Right, so we're on drilling now. And we just need to make sure that behind us he is rolling. So the rolls are on the floor and going, which is a good start. I think we're now on the headland now, so we can lift up. Brilliant, so he is rolling. We'll just have to go steady, and it seems to be he's covering the width that we're doing, so that's even better. So we will have to just keep stopping and waiting for him. Did we do? No. Yeah, we will have to keep stopping and just waiting for him to do little bits, otherwise we'll soon shoot ahead, you know, with us being able to lift up and him not being able to. Are we going to make it? 2% left of fertiliser left. Oh, this is too close. Well, this has worked fairly seamlessly doing this, and I'm very, very glad I did, because it's cut one job completely out. So our other worker, he's now back. He's up in the canola field up there. He's getting that mulched, which does mean that we are now going to have to go and get some fertiliser. So I think it's probably best stopping about here. Let's open these tops up, and I'll go get the load up and bring it back with some fertiliser. I do love these sheds. They have no collision on them, which makes me think, I'm sure somewhere in my settings, I don't know whether it's because of the easy dev mod, but I'm sure there's somewhere that you can turn off all collisions on sheds, or it could be just something that I've dreamt up. But I've always avoided going down that route, because it's always one of them, you don't know what it's going to be like. But I'd much rather be like this camera angle that we are in. I'd much rather that going through the shed rather than doing that real sharp zoom in, because I think from a filming point of view, I don't think it would be very great. And I know certainly for myself, it just throws you off very, very quickly. So yeah, our worker is up there. I want to have, and I need to have a think about what we're doing with this, log-wise, what we're doing, because I have installed some forwarder trailers, which they actually look really, really nice. So I want to have a look at them, which I'll show you once we've finished the drilling, because they're not too expensive, and it could mean that we can go in with the chainsaw and do a bit of work. I am conscious that on Alma we're cutting trees, and I want to try and avoid doing, we're doing two separate series, but I want to try and avoid going into doing two separate things, like two of the same things. It's why on here I want to do wood chips, which was it was a viewer's comment, so that's why we're going to go down the wood chip route. Whilst Alma, we're going down the production side of it all to make a start on the museum. Is it the Grain Museum or whatever it is? Can't remember. Alright, let's get this. So there's 1,000 litres here. So this should be more than enough to do it. So let's get this over like so. And then once this is empty, we can complete the field. And we do have, if you look to the top left of the boom, there's just a tiny little bit that we missed there that we'll just have to get that done. Alright, let's leave this here. We'll jump back into here and we will get the field finished. So this is the last little bit here, and then my door's wide open. Let's get that closed, and if we lift this up, we'll make our way. We'll just do this little bit. I don't like leaving little bits like this. There is also two little bits up there, but anyways, it is what it is. So let's just drop that down onto there. That's now drilled. Our man in the roller shouldn't be too far away. Look, we definitely needed that solid fertiliser. We're never going to make it. Look at him. At least he's getting rid of all our tyre marks. This field reminded me of the other day, just outside our house. There was two tractors on ploughing. There was one tractor on with a press, which it only looked like a 4-metre press, and then there was another tractor with a 6-metre Vadesad drill. So there was those four, and then there was a load all leading seed to them. I don't know whether they'd have been drilling fertiliser or not. I don't know. I would assume not. But yeah, it was all hands on deck. It was really quite interesting to see. And they fair turned the field round. Right, we just need to sort this worker out and we'll make our way back to the yard. I should really look to implement Follow Me a lot more, because it's a fantastic mod, and like I said just there, it's made a job very, very easy. I've also, for immersion, I've left the icons on, that's no good. I have actually downloaded Terraform. So I'm hoping that in the future, if there is any more yard expansions, I don't know whether they'll be here, but we could very easily expand into the likes of here. And if we do, we can then get the machinery in and the surveying tool, which I didn't know anything about, and we could look to go and sort this out. There's a nice little track here though. It is lovely, this map. But yeah, that oak tree, I put that in just to make sure there wasn't a big open space here. But right, we need to have a look at what else we can do. But first, I just want to remind myself of how much. So we have 929,000 worth of goods. The peas are we can't, there's no point selling them. And I'm not selling the salaries because we need that. And we can't do another cut until next month. But the peas are where our money really is. Bale wrap, that must be some at the yard. Right, is there any contracts that are worth us doing? Spraying, are these herbicide? Is there any drilling ones or sowing ones? No, but there's loads of bale wrapping ones. Ooh, that's interesting. We want this field. Well, I want this field, I should say. I think I'm going to do that. So accept, and we'll borrow the items because I think it's a bigger cultivator than ours. And if that's a bigger cultivator than what we've just got for that job, that's ridiculous. So spraying 49 and field 7. So they're only small. And tedding, that could be something that's worth getting. But right, we will park these up. We'll bring the load all back. Or the telehandler back, because I think our cows need some food. Yeah, so there's some bales of silage there, so we will go and get them fed. We'll just get rid of you for the time being, because you are no longer needed, but thank you. I can't wait to eventually own that field. I think we've been on about it for ages, but it's definitely going to be, once we get to December, January, it should be a definite purchase for us now. I can't see why we won't be able to, especially if we're getting wood chips as well. That should be fairly good. I've also looked, I was looking online because I know I've mentioned about soybeans, where from where we are, I don't know anyone who grows soybeans, but I have looked online and read up about them and saying that there are people, especially more down south in the UK, that do grow them. And it was on about something about there's not much demand for them in the UK, but down south where the weather is a lot nicer than what it is up north, the majority of the time, this where summer being an exception, they are grown. So considering this map's down in Norfolk, it could very well be something that we can start to put in and change things up slightly, because we have been going down with the generic cereal crops, but I want to put more peas in, especially using the combine and the header like we are, and then we can look to go down soybeans. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll get straw from the soybeans on this map like we do on Alma. Alright, I'll get as much of these bales in as possible, and then we'll go to the store, grab our on hire tractor and go do some cultivating. When we pull into the field, I'll show you the forwarder or the log trailer that I was thinking of getting. So we'll just pull into here. We'll set our GPS up just so that we know what we're doing. And I don't know actually how big or how wide this cultivator is. So steering assist. So it's 8.4 meters. I think we may want. We'll do 2. And then if we go into here. And then down to wood transport. This is the one I think you're getting, because you'll be able to get quite a fair few logs on there. And with it, is it a Ponzi? Is that how you pronounce it, Ponzi? And you can also, what I do like, is we can change the chains. I don't know why the chains are always blue though. If I've got that colour wrong, forgive me, I am slightly colourblind, so... But yeah, why they're blue? You can also get a chainsaw holder, which goes just here, I think. Yeah, there. So we can put our chainsaw on, but I think that would be a lot cheaper than going down that trailer. The camera on the crane is rubbish. That trailer I always have a bit of problems with, so I'm hoping these will be slightly better. If not, it's going down, getting one of these. You know, that's to transport it, but otherwise you'd have to go down a forwarder, which that's not the greatest. But if you were to go for that, which I think it's exactly the same. I just don't see the point when it's 225,000. But anyways, that's the idea. So let's unfold this. We'll start. Apologies. We'll start on this line just here. This one, I will need to get that a bit straighter because we're missing a bit. Like that. So drop it down and we'll get this field cultivated. By the looks of it, it's only a shallow cultivator. Right, well I've got to a third of this field done, and I've done, well, by the headlands. This is where the majority of the turning round is. They've now got, so if I leave it on the worker, he's now got the longer straights to do. I am going to buy that wood trailer I said to you about, so we're going to go with that, and I am going to go with chains on the tyres just for something a bit different. Yeah, we're going to go with that. So we're going to get that bought. Hold on. I want my chainsaw holder. So let's buy that. And then what I'm going to do is, once we set this onto a worker, we'll go get the fence. Because that's, I would class that as more a track TC in forestry. That and a Valtra. I'd love a Valtra at some point. We'll go get the fence, we'll bring it, and we'll go into where our worker is mulching. So we just quickly go on to here, this bit of woodland here. We'll go work out what size these trees need to be cut into when we do eventually do them, because I know on Elmer I did 6 meters and they're just slightly too big for the wood lorry that we've got, so I don't want to make the same mistake again twice. But I will just start this because I imagine the worker will want to use the similar sort of lines. So let's just get them so far up into the field. So if we go there, let's go AI worker 2, work the headlands, yes, start with the up downs, okay. So if we go like that, please just straighten up and then go on the same. Yeah, this looks like the shallow cultivation texture, but I would imagine with those tines, obviously you've got a press on the front, but then you've got the tines going down. I would imagine it would be deep, but anyways. Right, let's get to the start, pick up our thing, and I'll pick you up when we're back at the wood. So our worker's finished doing this field, so this is now all ready. So this was canola, so I'd imagine it would be barley going into here. He's only missed the odd little bit, but we can live with that. So right, which are we? We might as well just go straight for one of these. If we pull up somewhat alongside it, when we drop it, we should be able to pick up straight away. Or at least I hope that's the case. So let's just get a bit straighter, because I'd like to try and make sure it doesn't fall into the field. Right, do we have... Yes, we have a chainsaw. So if we were to go to here now, we could put our chainsaw up there, which I really like that you can do that. So let's just crouch down and we will cut about here. A Manchurian red pine, 9,800 litres. This seems like a very big tree. Right, timber. I'm hoping this is one that we can limb up fairly easily. I'd imagine with it being pine it will let us. Okay, I'm going to say that I imagined wrong. Why won't it let me get those ones? You would have thought those ones would want to go, would be willing to go off. Let's go down this way. Let's get them ones. I don't know why we can't get rid of them. So let's do I think we're on 5 metre. So we are on 5 metres. So let's cut this here. It takes a while to get through. And now let's jump back into here. And I said about trying to get it squared and straightened up, but I haven't done that very well at all. So let's just pull that to about here roughly. And then am I on the crane? Yes. So if we flick through to the crane. Let's go get this, see if this works. Like so. How heavy is it going to be? There's a lot of weight at that back end with it. Caught on the trailer. So now let's pull it forward. Just get it so it drops into that gap there. Come on, let go. There we go. And now let's just have a look at what that's looking like. So 5 metre is perfect. That's what we're working on then with this tree. So we'll get this one cut up and put in. We may drop 1 or 2 more, just get a trailer full. I'm just very conscious of these branches here that don't seem to want to go. But it may be a case of if we get these put into the, well, lift them up by the crane, we may be able to get them. But for some reason, they will not go. Right, let's drop a few more down. In the pursuit of more, we'll find our way. With every chase, in this endless race, in this game we'll play forever in the greedy way. In the hunger of the night we'll soar, our hearts craving for something more. With every evil lead astray, we'll dance forever in the greedy way. Through the highs and lows we crave the rush. In the whispers of temptation we hush. Bound by desire we'll never sway. In the realm of excess we'll stay. With every risk we take, in chances we make, in this path we'll stray. So for some reason I can't get rid of those branches whatsoever, but there's some serious like lumps of timber that are here. So I just want to, we're going to park up here and just have a look at what trees we actually have in here then, because I think we may be cutting the wrong trees down. Okay, so that's Manchurian, oh dear. We may have to leave the Manchurians behind and not touch them. But unfortunately, I think there's quite a few of them. Yeah, Manchurian. We'll have to see. We'll get the when we lease the harvester, the forest harvester, we will have to have a look, see how it deals with these, because it doesn't look the greatest that we have these whopping great big branches sticking out. But anyways, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.